Hey Esther, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Have you ever done a podcast before?
No. Similar things, but not like a proper podcast.
Oh, well,
no.
like a radio thing.
Yeah, like radio stuff. Yeah.
I suppose there's a bit more cutting up with like playing music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're usually cool. As I said, they usually don't last that long. It's just a nice chat. So like, what I wanted to know about you is like, how did you get going, like with music?
Yeah. So I was really young, and my sisters sing, and my mum's in a band, and we used to go down to Cornwall every year in Easter and October half term, and this campsite that we stayed at did talent competitions.
Okay.
And my sisters would always get up and sing, and I'd probably do like the hula hoop or something. And then one year my sisters were like, "Why don't you have a go at singing?" And because I was obsessed with Avril Lavigne at the time, I was like, right, I'll sing an Avril Lavigne song. So I got fully dressed up. I had the tie, I had like the middle part in like straight hair, and I sang Complicated, and then I won the competition.
That's right.
And I was buzzing. I was like, woo, because I won some money, and I was like, yes. Like I was only 9 at the time, and then I just kept looking for like places to sing at. I did like a competition in Worcester, and then I won a chance to go in like a recording studio, and that was the first time, like, because I'd written like music to myself, like I hadn't told anyone that I was writing music, and it was only like it was really cheesy stuff at the time, but I was kind of like proud of it because I was like trying this new thing. And then I just kept like looking for gigs. I was going to open mic nights, and then I started busking, and I was going busking like nearly every day on New Street. I just it's mainly my family just encouraging me to have a go at it, really.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because you sound like you have a really supportive family. Like, do your sisters still sing now?
Yeah, so my oldest sister she's in a ABBA tribute band.
Oh, sweet.
And she does drama and stuff.
I love ABBA. I think everybody loves ABBA, don't they?
Yeah, my middle sister sings, but she doesn't like it as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, she will do like in like amateur theatre companies and stuff. But she's more of like a dancer, choreographer. And yeah, then my mum's in a band as well. My dad, he probably can sing, but we don't let him. No, he kind of just sings over the TV when we're watching like Neighbours.
Yeah.
So.
I get that. So your first like gig, well, it wasn't really a gig, but the first time you got on stage, you got paid.
Yes. Yeah.
I imagine some people out there that's never been paid for gigs, really, have they?
Yes. So, but I actually got my first proper like booking when I was 9. It was for the companies who do the lifts in Maryhill.
Mhm.
And I just went to this hotel. It was their like business do, and I went there, and they booked me to sing for like 40 minutes or something. And I just did this full-on set, and I wasn't even like playing any instruments at that point. It was all backing tracks and singing along to these CDs.
A fair play though, because like even at 9 years old, was it? I don't know. Were you like nervous back then, or did you not? Because obviously when you were a kid,
I loved it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. When you're a kid, you don't really. I'm not saying kids can't get nervous, but I don't think they understand what nerves are. Do you know what I mean?
No, I think when I did like the little competitions, I was a bit nervous then because I was kind of being judged.
Yeah.
But no, I don't really get nervous, and I don't remember getting nervous at the gigs. I just enjoyed it.
Yeah. What about now? Do you get nervous now?
No, because I do it weekly, like at venues and stuff. I think I'm used to it, and
second nature now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I know what to expect, and yeah.
If you ever had like I don't want to say a bad gig, because I think everybody has a bad gig in their own mind.
Yeah.
But audiences might be lovely. Have you ever been like, have an audience never liked you? Like, has there been a point where an audience just hasn't liked you?
No. I've had like when I would say like a bad gig, I would say like not many people turn up.
Yeah.
Or it's quiet and like or the sound isn't good. Like I can't hear myself singing. I'd say that I'd class that as a bad gig. But yeah, I've not had like a really bad gig where it's like people booed or anything.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think with your type of music, I can't see people booing you. Do you know what I mean? It's not like it's not it's not like you go to a gig and like say if it's a big bang like Foo Fighters or whoever or Metallica and they have like a completely different person on as support. That's when I imagine someone boos people. But like when you go to a local gig, I can't think I've been to a local gig and someone's booed, to be fair, even though I asked the question. But yeah.
I've never seen anyone be booed before on a stage.
I've seen like sly words between people, but
yeah,
obviously
sly words,
isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah. But what's your writing process like? Like, where'd you start, or is it different with each song?
So, yeah, it is very different with each song. I've in the last like two years probably been performing with a guy called Tom Brookhouse, but we've actually been writing and he's been producing my songs for the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So it really depends. Sometimes I'll write on guitar, and then I'll take it to him and we'll do like a rough vocal, and then he'll start putting production ideas on top of that. Or sometimes he's got a production idea. Like at the minute he's just putting a beat together with some nice chords, and I've already had some melody ideas already. And then like I'll just say, oh, that matches kind of that production. But I've literally, I don't know if you've ever used voice notes in your phone.
Yeah.
I've got like over 3,000 voice notes in my phone, and I really should start naming them because like I'm gonna just get completely lost with what I've got on there. But no, I always like, it's normally like if I'm in the car or at 2 a.m. in the morning, I've got like this random melody idea.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, did they just hit you?
Yeah. To be fair, like throughout like the lockdown period as well, I was really worried that I was going to have like a writer's block. Yeah. I was just prepared to like not be able to write anything. Like I've got all this time to write songs and I'm going to have no inspiration.
No, I was like that. Instead of like voice notes, it's just my notes pages. It's like, because I don't really speak, because I don't really like the sound of my own voice, even though I podcast. So my like, notes is just full of, I've probably got thousands as well. But yeah, it's one of the, I was like that with writer's block as well, because I had tasks I wanted to do over lockdown and I've just not done them because I thought, oh, I've got all this time.
Yeah.
And then like, I'll do them now, and then a week later I was back at work, and I was just like, I haven't got a lot done. I've got some stuff done. But yeah, I've seen you did a couple of social distances gigs. Like, how was that? Like, how did it? Obviously, I know how it works because, like, obviously you get up on stage and you perform. But like, obviously, yeah, like, how was it in general compared to? Like,
it was weird going back to a gig. It felt good though because I tried doing the online, like going live and stuff on Facebook, and I hated it because you finish your song and you're like, there's like no audience to clap, and you know it's like it's so awkward.
It's like here, like finishing the last podcast, you're just like there'll be a bit moment of silence. Me and Mark will look at each other and like, yeah, and that's it. And there's no like, it's like instant gratification, I think they call it. There's none of that, is there?
Yeah, exactly. Like I hated it, and I said I wouldn't do it again.
But you did.
No, I didn't. Oh, I didn't. No, I was like, no, I'm not doing that again. That was horrible. So yeah, I much prefer to sing in front of real people. It's also like trying to read the comments. I'm like super dyslexic, so like trying to read the comments quickly. I'm like, I don't know what people are saying.
Oh yeah, because they come up on like, did they come up on like the side of the screen as you?
Yeah.
I didn't think about that actually, because I'm quite dyslexic as well. I'd be like, I'd be quite, I'd get distracted by them. Do you know what I mean? And I'd stop playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, I would try and reply to everybody. I'd be like, oh god. So yeah.
Yeah. So, but no, otherwise like live gigging it's not as bad, but it's there was one place I had to tell people not to sing and clap along, which is so weird. People not being able to enjoy themselves at a gig. It's
that weird fun police thing, isn't it? 'Cause like we can't. I know pubs can't play music at a certain volume, even though they're supposed to be. Like, we don't have a DJ on anymore. Like some places can't have DJs on unless it's like the middle of the day, which is cool, but when you want, like, you used to like a Friday, Saturday night out.
Well, exactly. I had to do like an announcement. I was like, "Hi guys, you can't sing along, you can't clap, you can't dance." Yeah, because they feel like clapping. If you clap, then it kind of encourages the woo.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Do you think? I mean, it's got to get back to normal eventually, hasn't it?
I hope so. I feel like next year maybe.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking. Like, I've got tickets to gigs next year. A couple have been like rearranged, and I was like, that's cool, and I'll get it rearranged. But same with like even with like football and pubs, and I mean restaurants haven't been that obviously they've had to be more vigilant with cleaning stuff. I mean, they should be anyway. But yeah, the entertainment thing, I think it'll get there eventually.
Yeah, to be fair, I haven't been out that much. I went for a few smoothies with a couple of friends, but otherwise I haven't really gone out that much, really. I've been trying to think of other stuff to earn money.
Yeah, no, I'm the same.
Yeah, because obviously I can't gig or anything, and yeah, I've been doing some pet portraits.
Yeah. Plug it, I don't care. Plug it.
Pet portraits. Yeah, I do quite like painting, to be fair, but the music kind of takes over.
Yeah, are you like creative in other ways then? Not just for me. Obviously, with your painting and music, but is there?
Well, yeah, when I was at college, I did like art and textiles. So I do love like creating stuff, as in like, yeah, doing paintings, or like I've made my own clothes in the past as well, but for like a full-time thing, music was the one.
Yeah, I get you.
Because I've done it from such a young age. I just thought, this is the thing I love, and it wouldn't feel like a job. It wouldn't feel like... Whereas painting does feel, if I was to do that, it does feel a bit like a chore, like a job.
I get you. I was the same with like music as well. When I first like... Because obviously music's always around you, even when you're a kid.
Yeah.
But I remember that when I first started to like music, my own music, I was like, this is the best thing in the world. So I think I was asked to do art at like my options at school, but my parents were just like, oh, you can do one non-academic subject and one academic subject, so I had to do geography, which I liked, but I don't know. Yeah.
I thought it was mad. Like at school, you were only allowed to do like one arty subject.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to do all the arty subjects.
Same. I would have done art and music as my options, but my mum was like, oh, if you do music, and because I was in a band, like, if you do music, you got to do another one, and because I would like geography, I was like, you got to do geography. I was like, oh, but I want to do art. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It probably wouldn't have affected my life in any way, but it was just like, because I only got 2 options as well, and other schools around have got like 3 or 4. But yeah,
I was a proper geek at school though. So when I did my GCSEs, I did an extra one. So I did art as a GCSE, but then I got to do music because I went in my break times to do extra work.
Sweet.
I was a proper geek, and then
you can't be a geek about art and music.
But oh well, yeah, I was obsessed with getting merits and things, and they actually had to create an award because I got that many merits. That they created an award because I got so many, and yeah, I'm not embarrassed about it.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but it's that when you're at school, it's a bit more, I don't want to use the word taboo, but it's a bit more something that someone would take the piss out of you for, innit?
Oh,
so you
yeah.
want to like almost squash it down a bit, don't you?
Yeah, I think like because I was really dyslexic, I struggled anyway, so I tried even harder, and then that just, yeah, I guess that's what made me a bit of a geek.
Yeah, that's what I did at uni, because I didn't like coast through college and GCSEs, but I didn't have to put as much effort in, even with the dyslexia. But when I got to uni, like I didn't find out I was dyslexic until like my last year of uni.
Really?
So yeah, like my dissertation supervisor was like, Joe, so yeah, so you ever been tested for dyslexia? I was like, Glenn, I'm like 24, mate. I think I'd know if I was dyslexic by now. And he was like, no, I get tested. And I got tested. I'm on the spectrum apparently. I just need to do the official one. It's not like, it doesn't really affect my life that much. It's just similar words, like the same like time and team probably. You know what I mean? If I read it too quickly, I'm just like. But obviously, when you're writing academically.
That's
Yeah, and then I tried to do a masters, and I was like, wasn't the dyslexia that got in the way. It was just my own brain power. I was like, this is far too much to learn in a year's time.
See, that's why I didn't want to go to uni, because I just knew there'd be so much paperwork and like.
It's alright, to be fair. Like when I went, it's like we had obviously reports and essays, but we did a lot of group work and some presentations, which were cool. But obviously it comes down to that you're not just depending on your own there, you're depending on 3 or 4 other people, and there's always going to be one person that's a bit. It's like being in a band. There's always going to be one person that's less into it than everybody else, and then you're umming and ahhing about doing stuff.
Yeah.
But was it Tom?
Tom, yeah. Tom.
How did you meet Tom?
So I was working with 2 guys on some like production, and it took me a while to find like the right producer. Like they're all great. It was just like I was looking for a specific sound, and like I think me and Tom, like I can literally talk absolute gobbledygook to him, and he knows exactly what I'm on about. Like, I just like do weird noises down my phone. I'm like, could it be like a shwa? guitar, and then he's like, yeah, I'll do that, and then he does it, and it's like perfect. So he completely understands my gibberish, and but I met him through some other people I was working with, and I'm actually working on a song with one of the guys, because he wrote a song originally for Georgia Smith.
Yeah.
And
oh wow. Yeah, I registered that and I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, so but I think something happened anyway. But he still had this song and he liked it. And so I've kind of made it a bit more like my kind of genre style. And we like working together to create this like new song. But yeah, it's nice to work with him again because he does film as well.
Oh, sweet.
And he did the music video for one of my songs called Swaying.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's a cool video.
So yeah, he's really talented in songwriting and filming.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tom, we work together now. We're like on the live stuff as well. So because I used to just play guitar.
Yeah, I was going to ask like when was it finished, and then I'll ask my question actually.
Yeah, so I played guitar for years and years and years. I was busking and stuff, and then I got kind of labelled as like a busker, like and a kind of a covers singer. So I was like, all right, I need to change this up a bit and make myself into an artist.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So I started like looping, live looping with like pedals, foot pedals, and like trying to put samples into the recording, into the live recordings, and then I tried to do it myself, and it was just a bit too much, and I was like, who's better to perform with than the person who's creating the music with me? So I asked Tom for like at least a year. He was like, nope, I'm just a background guy. Nope, I'm not doing it. And then he eventually said yes to being like my second.
Yeah, your partner in crime.
Yeah, partner in crime. There we go.
Yeah, I was going to like. Was there obviously you made a conscious decision to do that, but was there like an event that made you want to change it, or was it just the? Because you almost put, like you say, you almost put into like this box of being this busker cover singer. Was that what made you want to change? Was that the only thing that made you want to change?
Pretty much, yeah. I'd never considered like performing with someone else before. Like I'd had offers in the past, and I felt like they wouldn't have wanted it as much as I did. Like you say, there's always someone in a band that's not as keen, and like I'm super like determined, and like I like to get like stuff done in my own way, and I thought I'm just gonna do it myself, like. But then I feel like Tom's got the same like work ethic as me, and we work really well together, so I was like, why not?
Yeah. And
we've done like live videos during like lockdown and stuff, and yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah, so is it? I can't remember what video it is now. It might be the one you just released, but you know, there's someone like playing like a small synthesizer. Is that him?
That's him. Yeah.
Did he record that at his own house and then edit it? I was gonna like, how's that been? Have you just like recorded the whole video for the song and then he has?
So how we work is we pick the song and then we kind of like do a structure. So I'll be like, right, we'll do a verse, a chorus, bridge, and a chorus, and then we'll like plan out, make sure it's like sounding good. Like we'll decide what instruments we're going to use, like, and who's going to play what. Am I going to play the drums or sorry, the microphone's dying.
Oh, I'll put
there we go. Yeah, so it's like who's going to play what instrument, and like what parts am I going to sing, am I going to do any harmonies and stuff. And then once we've kind of structured it out, Tom will play his parts live and then film it at the same time.
That's right.
So he's like recording and filming it live, and then he'll send that over to me, and then I'll film and do my parts. So yeah, and then we like just edit it together, and he mixes it and stuff and makes it sound fancy.
Yeah, it's all very well done. Like I remember watching it the other day. Like I'm just terrible with artists. I know artists, but then when it comes to the naming actual songs, I'm sort of as soon as I'm like asked, you know when you're like
was it the Oh My God one?
I think
MNEK?
so. I think
Head
so.
and Heart.
Yeah, it's ringing a bell. You know, like you asked, like, oh, what's your favourite? Name me 5 Blink-182 songs, and you can't name more than 2, even though you've listened to them for so long. Like with your videos, like how much input do you have with the concepts of them? If you know what I mean? Because obviously, like, Sway, you're like all almost I'm not gonna say tarred up, but you're like the darker side, and then the other person's like completely white. Was that a concept you had?
Yeah, so I work with the like directors and the film, so it's always I work with my mates.
Yeah.
So with the Swain one, I work with Leo, and he was kind of like asking me what the song's about, and I said, well, this song is about like this one person that's helped me see the light, because I was in quite a bit of a dark place, and I nearly gave up music completely, and then they took me to a party, and I was like, they asked, like, all the family and friends asked me to sing, and I was like, okay, and then I kind of found my love for music again. So it was kind of like helping me see my potential and see like the light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing. So that's what that song's about. And he was like, right, how can we portray this in a music video, like a cool way? So that's why I was kind of all like black, and then there was the gold, and we, throughout the video, we transfer colours, and we were looking at different like stones and stuff on Google, and like it was a specific stone that was like the black kind of colour. It was like a purpley black, and then it meant it had a specific meaning. I can't remember it for the life of me now. But anyway, and that's kind of like, it was like the raw kind of stone, and then if you were to do something to the stone, it can be then made into like a different
I get what you're saying.
Anyway, so yeah, there's like a hidden meaning behind it, and it was a really fun one to film, to be fair, because we had like 3 weeks to plan it all.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what was the process like from like start to finish? Like, was it the 3 weeks?
Yeah, so Leo found the venue. It was called the Crane, and they have like raves there and stuff now.
Okay.
But it was
in Birmingham.
Yeah, in Birmingham. But we kind of found it before it became this rave kind of venue. And yeah, then I got my mate Holly to do the dancing, and she's the second person in this, like, as the representation of this, like, that person. Yeah, and then I had to get like a makeup artist, but then the makeup artist cancelled like the day before.
Was it all makeup, or was it like put in after? Was it all like fully makeup?
Yeah, fully makeup.
That's really cool.
I did a YouTube video about the process, and like I just filmed us on the day, like getting ready and stuff, and I was being like make-upped and things, and we actually, because the makeup artist cancelled the day before, we had to get Holly's mom, the dancer's mom, to do the makeup for us. Like, she'd never done it before, but she was quite arty, so she was like, I'll have a go at it. And I had all the equipment anyway to do it. So yeah, and we had like a few rehearsals before the video to do like dance parts and like movement and stuff, just trying to like plan out the structure and the movements, and trying to get the story across in the actual film. But yeah, it was a lot of experimenting on the day as well, like where to be placed in the room.
We like the best light and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, we had helpers as well. It was Amy and Kieran. They kind of like were helping with any extra bits that Leo needed help with. But yeah, I've done like other videos as well when with my mate Brad, where there was one, it's called In the Dark, and it's about like mental health, and like you have that one, there's that one person who just like always is there for you, but then when they need the help, like they try not to have the help, and it's like, no, like, you've helped me so many times, like, let me help you. So it's kind of like helping them out the darkness when they've helped you for so many years. And yeah, I was kind of like trying to portray these different kind of emotions when you're in that kind of dark place, and it was like I'm like this little alien in a B&B in Gloucestershire.
Why an alien, and why a B&B?
I'm not really an alien, but
I was imagining like, I've not seen the video. I've seen a few of your videos, but I've not seen that one. I was imagining like full on Martian get up.
But no, I was kind of like, when I was acting it, I was kind of feeling like I was like a different creature.
Okay,
kind of
so
thing.
yeah, I get what you're saying. But still look like a...
But I still look like a human. But I'm all white.
Okay.
And I've got like dark eyes. And I was just kind of like... I was kind of feeling like I was trapped. So like, I do this like movement thing as well, which was all rehearsed before. And then it's kind of like trying to find my way and like learning new things. And like,
in a B&B in Gloucester.
Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of like the emotions when you feel like super hyper, and then the next minute, like 5 minutes later, you can feel like super down, and then you're like trying to pretend you're okay. So like this one point in it where I'm like eating rice, plain rice, just because like, I'm pretending I'm okay, but I'm actually not. And then like I'm in the shower and like it's crying and like all emotional, and then the next minute I find the key, and then I see like the light and stuff, and it's like, yeah, I've got the key. And then like I go out and explore the world, and like I'm like looking at the grass and it's like all brand new. But it's kind of like just that feeling when you've come out of a dark place and you're like, God, I didn't know this was here.
Yeah, that's one thing I like about your music videos. They're like, they tell a story, and I think obviously you can, some bands or some artists can just, some are just live performance videos, aren't they? But like I do appreciate a video that tells a story, because it like becomes, when people think of the song, they also think of the music video, don't they? Because obviously music's all audio, but if you add like visuals to it, it almost adds another layer to it.
Yeah, totally. I did one with my nan in it as well. That was Never Change, and basically it's like about people saying that you should do or shouldn't do certain things. So basically I got married 3 years ago.
Sweet, congratulations.
Thanks. And it was kind of like, I know some people wouldn't be okay with that, because I'm gay, and so it's kind of like people say that you should dress a certain way, and like, I like to wear suits and boys' clothes, and I'm a bit like tomboyish. And
yeah, you wore one at the BMAs, didn't you? Did you wear a suit? Was it white? Was it white?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, don't, because I was like, I've definitely seen Esther in a suit. Where was it? Was it white?
Yeah.
And I was like, and I just put like 3 random bits together there, and I was so happy it was correct. But yeah, you look really good. Like,
thanks.
I don't mind. Like, when it comes to clothes, I think you should just wear what you want. So I'm very comfortable in Vans, white socks, turned up jeans, and a band t-shirt, and a hat now and again. But then I also go like, I don't feel comfortable in like outrageous clothing. But if somebody does, I'm not going to be like, don't do that.
Yeah,
exactly. You're almost projecting yourself onto them, aren't you?
And I felt like I was a judge sometimes. So even like when I do my gigs, like there's an older couple that they're lovely, but they think I've got a husband, and I haven't got the heart to tell them that I've got a wife, and like because they saw my ring and they were like, oh, what does your husband do? Does he sing? And I was like, no, he doesn't sing. Yeah. But I couldn't like bring myself to say
I get
no,
that.
it's a girl. But yeah, I just feel like that song is just about like people not being able to tell you what you can and can't wear. So in the video I'm wearing a bright pink frilly dress, which is completely what I would never ever wear in my whole life.
Same.
What?
Same. I know, it's shocking. It's shocking in my all black attire today, but yeah, very shocking. But yeah, go on.
So my nan is this like Cruella de Vil kind of thing. But no, she's
in real
like,
life or just in the video?
In the video.
Yeah.
No, she's lovely, my nan. She's like the queen. But she's kind of like teaching me and a few girls to be like prim and proper, and like you have to walk with your books on your head to, have proper posture.
Oh, I think I have seen this. Yeah, I've seen this video.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
And so she's trying to teach me to be a proper lady, but like, I'm kind of rebelling, and in this video I'm like, just why should I be anything but myself, and why should I have to wear this pink frilly dress and
I don't know
act
why.
a certain way.
I don't know why the books balanced on your head triggered me remembering it and not the pink frilly dress, but I do remember. I definitely remember seeing you like put some books on your head. But like, the one thing I don't think people get is like, even though you are obviously not a big time artist, obviously you are well known in certain circles, but like how much effort you actually like, because you can go and shoot a video. Like I could shoot one now just walking down the road, but how much effort has to actually go into like even a small production?
I think I don't have to do these videos, but I love it. I love doing them and like getting my friends involved. It's just like, because I pay for it all myself, like from the gigs that I do, like the busking and stuff, and I love like getting the story across, and because it's kind of like personal stories, but like it's nice to get them explained. If
I totally agree.
Songs explained.
Yeah.
And I think
it's another way. Sorry to interrupt.
No,
it's another way to like get your creativity out as well, isn't it?
Totally. Yeah. Because I've loved acting as well. Like when I was younger, I used to, because my sisters do it. I always just joined them. They were like, "Why don't you come and do this show?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I've always liked acting and stuff. I wouldn't say I'm an actor, but I I just enjoy it.
Something I wouldn't really call myself a professional podcast. I've done a couple. But if it takes off, it takes off, innit? But
Yeah.
it's like, even like musician, like I've been paid to do gigs, but I still wouldn't call myself a musician. It's been years because I just totally stopped it. But it's still in there a little bit, innit? You know what
It's
I mean?
like, what point do you call yourself a professional? Like, where does that line? Yeah.
Like, even if I was a tattooist, I don't think I'd call myself a professional because not that I don't act professional.
Have you done your own tattoo before?
No, I'm just saying if I would, I'm not very arty.
I was
but
going to
just
say,
like,
which one?
No, I mean, I would imagine. I mean, I am right-handed, so I could have done these, to be fair. But no, this is my Sasha Knight did all these from Second City Tattoo Club. But yeah, like, I don't think I'd ever call myself professional at anything, even if I was getting paid. Because, like, to me, like, professional's an attitude, do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying I'm not professional, like, I'm a professional at work, but I'm still just up for a laugh, do you know what I mean? Like, if I was a musician, if I was a tattooist, if I was, like, a bartender or and I'm probably not a banker because I'll never be a banker, but something along those lines, I'd still be like, it's all with how you deliver it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any, like, die-hard fans? Apart from the old couple, obviously.
Oh, bless them. No, honestly, they're really lovely. I didn't have the heart to tell them. But yeah, I do have a few. There's Mick. He's great. He even made his own t-shirt. I don't have t-shirts, but he made his own
Have
t-shirt.
you not done merch?
I know, I'm really
No,
terrible.
I'm saying, because, like, the way I've always viewed it is, like, you played gigs, you got merch, and then you did videos. To me,
No,
that's how I've
yeah.
always thought about it.
No, I've never had t-shirts. I've got CDs.
Yeah.
But no, I've always wanted t-shirts, and I went to go and get some done, but the print was all like plasticky looking, and it looked like if you put it in the wash once, it was just gonna like crack and peel off. So
You
yeah,
should use the guy I use, because I have my own t-shirt business.
I really,
Like, yeah, I'm not going to plug it because it's a selfless place, so it's very, like, you know, I'm not an egotistical person. But yeah, I use a guy just near the Blues Ground, and it's cheaper than most, and it's still good
cool.
quality. So I'll put you in touch after this.
yeah,
Cool
cheers.
guy, it's a cool guy. Jason's a cool guy. I think it's Dead Herd. I always say Dead Herd. It might be Dead, yeah. I'll tell you after.
But yeah, I've been needing to get some done for ages, but yeah.
Yeah, like, it's a big leap. It's a big leap to do anything though, isn't it? Especially when you're using your own money.
Yeah, and it's like, will people even want it?
Oh,
kind of
don't.
thing.
Yeah, totally. Like, I didn't do it for ages because I just thought, I was going to buy them.
Yeah.
The way I'm doing it is, like, I have stock and I'm not buying any more in until they're all gone.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a good way to look at it. My friend Megan Laura May, who I've just released a song with, she's got some t-shirts, and I bought one of her t-shirts because her husband does a really cool like artwork.
That's right.
I think he helps her with her like album art and stuff. Anyway, she just brought a song out called All Right, and these t-shirts, it's like such a nice blue. It's like my favourite colour blue, and then it's got like an orange kind of pattern on the back and things with Megan Laura May on it. And I bought it because I thought it looked cool. It's like something I would wear. So if I was to get merch, I'd have to definitely like want to wear it.
Yeah, no, I totally
Myself.
agree. That's what I was like, because I used other designers because I'm not, even though I was like recommended to do art, I'm not very arty, so it was very confusing when I was asked. So yeah, I don't really, it's the technology side as well. I don't know how to really use Photoshop. I don't know how to use.
Same.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier before we started to record, like my other ones, I'd literally had to take the audio and put it onto a picture on like Windows Media Maker, and it still took. I still had no idea what I was doing, even though it was like a 2-click thing.
Yeah.
I was very like, no matter what I do with technology, I'm very self-doubting. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's easy to like doubt yourself and stuff, but you know, yeah, that's like the professional thing again, isn't it? Like, you can do anything these days on your phone apps and stuff. I've got like little apps called It in Light, I think it's called. But yeah, I love it. I just like overlap stuff and I'm like, there we go, just post that.
Is it like music or art?
Like just artwork. So like if I've been played on like a radio or something,
Yeah.
I'll like add the little radio logo and with the app.
What was it like when you first got asked to do radio? So imagine, like I say, going back to the big steps, obviously, CDs, merch, videos, then like airplay on like a radio. What was that like when you were first asked to do it?
I was worried about talking, I think. Worried about saying the wrong thing, but then like you can't. I don't think you can worry about whatever. But yeah, I feel like I wasn't worried about the singing part of it, but I was worried about the talking, making sense or whatever across. Because I feel like it's really hard to, when people are just only listening to you, like not to stutter or like say absolute rubbish that people aren't interested in. So yeah, I think that was the part I was worried about. But I kind of enjoy radio now. Yeah, I haven't done loads of radio, but it's good fun.
Yeah, as soon as you do the first one, you get sort of over it. I'm like that. I'm like that with this, because even now, like, I'll stammer sometimes, and I'm just like, because I have to really focus, like, because I'm not under pressure now, because there's only like me.
I can't listen back to it because
I've had to learn how to do that, and even like I say, even though I talk a lot, I genuinely do not like the sound of my voice. Like, I'm just like, oh, can you listen to this, make so there's no bumps or anything, make sure you like it, and that. I was just like, oh, do I have to? Can you just put it out, and then I never have to listen to it again?
Yeah.
Because I'm more like, because I'll just pick apart everything, and I'm more not concerned about what people are listening, but as long as people that are listening are okay with it, I'm okay with it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even if there's like, funny enough, the last podcast we were talking before, like, if there's like a police siren in the background, I'm going to keep it in, because I want that rawness of it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and on cue, police siren in the last one. So, like, a police car went past. So I'm not really bothered about that. I'm more bothered about how clear I'm being, and if I'm stammering or not. Because sometimes I do. Like, it's usually when I'm under, like, in an interview or something like that.
Yeah,
which is the
same.
worst time to do it. But, yeah, it's weird. Have you ever, like, do you ever get... I was going to ask if you ever had stage fright, but you seemed quite natural to it when you first did it.
Yeah, I've only ever had stage fright when I had to read a thing out at an awards ceremony.
Oh, okay.
I think it was like Dudley Youth Awards or something, and yeah, I had to read this thing out, and I was absolutely terrified because firstly I had to read, and I was like, damn it, I can't read. So I tried to memorise as much as I could, or like like
at school when you had to do like the paragraph in the book.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. When I was at school, right, I was in science and I got told to read from the textbook.
You got told you had to read in science?
In science from a textbook, yeah. Read out loud to the class, and I said pigeons instead of pigeons.
Oh. That's hilarious. I remember once in music, we did, you know, like obviously notes have, obviously there's an E note and yeah, there was a G. I had to, don't even though I play guitar, I had to think about that. Like, it spelled out egg, but I spelled egg wrong. I don't know why I did this, because I know how to spell egg. It's literally 3 letters.
Did you say E?
Yeah, I put 2 E's, and then I went back to sit down, and everyone was laughing at me. I was like, what happened? And I was like, you spelled egg wrong? I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I just didn't, yeah. I know what you're saying. It's that, I don't know if it's the dyslexic thing or what, but I'm very like I remember at school when you were asked to like read the paragraph in like English, I was like, not shaking, but you start getting too involved, didn't you?
Yeah.
Totally. Okay. So you never while you've been playing music, only while you've been asked to read something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably be the same, to be fair. I sort of go, do you go into like a zone when you're playing music?
Yes, I totally go into Planet Esther, definitely.
Yeah.
That's what I call it.
Yeah.
My wife calls me Planet Esther as well.
Good. It's a good way to go, man, because like, did you find it, because I remember when, I've always noticed, you know, you have to like banter with audiences a bit. Did that...
Oh, yeah. I'm not really a talker.
Yeah, I was going to ask, because obviously if you're on your own, obviously you've got Ben with that, but if you're on your own, you always have to sometimes, don't you? Because obviously if you have to tune up your guitar, you can't just stand up.
Yeah, sometimes I'll say stuff, but I'm not, like, even in gigs, sometimes I'm like, alright, next song is this. Or, yeah, it's very rare if I do say anything. Although one time I did a festival with Tom, and we were about to sing my song Over the Rainbow, and a rainbow appeared.
I realised I just called Tom Ben as well.
I know, yeah.
Apologise, Tom. It's the 3-letter names that I always
Monday.
get.
We forgive you.
I'm surprised they didn't call him Sam, to be fair. So yeah, carry on, pal.
So yeah, there was a rainbow. As soon as I was like, this next song is Over the Rainbow, this rainbow appeared, and all these little kids were pointing. They're like, oh, rainbow. I was like, oh my god. I was buzzing about that.
Yeah. Have you got a favourite song to perform?
Of my own?
Yeah. We'll do covers after, actually.
I like Swaying the most. I think it's my favourite. Although I do think people like Over the Rainbow.
I like Tequila, I do. I like the video for Tequila as well, because I've always liked that. I think it was I'm going to really embarrass myself now, but I think it was like a Busted song, because it's in like a skate park, isn't it? Yeah, like Busted did one in like a skate park, and I've always liked that visual. Don't know why. It's really embarrassing. I've just lost so much street cred saying I like Busted. But yeah, I've always liked that visual of like either someone either the camera being with someone in the skate bowl, in like the bowl with people around it,
Yeah.
or shooting down of it. I don't know why. It's like sort of like an amphitheatre sort of thing, going back to Roman times,
Yeah.
isn't it? But a bit more.
The stupid thing is I don't even drink. I'm teetotal.
Fair play. I did it for a bit. Did it for like 6 months, and then Christmas happened. And
Christmas.
yeah, but I don't drink as much as I used to.
Damn you, Christmas.
Yeah, I know.
Um.
What? Why? Have you ever drunk or?
Yeah. So like I turned 18. You know, and like when you turn 18, like everyone's like, oh, let's drink now.
Yeah.
I never got the hype over it, but then, like, my sister would go out on nights out and she's like, oh, you're going to come out with us? And then they'd all be drinking, so I was like, right, maybe I should.
Yeah.
And I used to just hate it. I used to hate the feeling of being out of control. I didn't like the feeling of, like, getting drunk and the after feeling, like, I'd usually be sick if I was drunk. But, yeah, it was kind of just, like, I felt like I would have more fun, like, without it. And, I went on holiday. It was me, my sister, and our mates, and it was just like I didn't want to drink anymore. Like it was then that I realised like no, I don't want to do this. And then someone said to me, it was a guy, and he was like, hey, do you want a drink? I was like, nah, thanks, I'm alright. And he called me boring because I didn't want to drink.
Yeah.
And I was like, why does that mean I'm boring? And he was like, because you're not having fun. I was like, I'm having fun, I just don't want to have a drink, thanks. So it was just then, like, that comment and everything just made me think, right, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I decided that's what the song's about, actually. It's about, like, my last time drinking kind of thing. Yeah.
No, I get that. Like, I was like that. I don't drink because I don't like being out of control and I have, like, health issues and stuff, and it's weird to be out of control when you... Like when you, I don't need to, and I'm not doesn't take over my life, but you need to think about these things in it. But yeah, I don't drink as much as I used to. I drink more for flavours now. I can't remember the last time I got drunk. To be fair, a bit tipsy, but still in control, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like kind of knowing your limits.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just didn't like it anymore, so I just gave it up.
Yeah, I was like that. I did it for like 6 months. And then started to drink again, but then like the same pattern started to happen. I used to get drink, and then the mental health issues came in and stuff like that. And it's like, it's weird how quickly things can just go straight downhill.
Yeah.
And then
I find when I drink as well, like I tend to like shout more.
Yeah, I do a bit as
I'd
well.
wreck my voice.
Yeah.
Like the next day I'd be like all croaking, like I'd have to do a gig and like it just wasn't worth like wrecking my voice over having a drink that I wasn't even like enjoying. So I don't really like the taste of it either. The only ones like I do like a taste of was like cider.
Yeah, but I get that. Like sometimes I'll have a cider, but like lager, I don't really like. I like a few craft lagers, but the thing that I really like sour beer. But you can't drink. You can't get. I mean, you can get pissed on sour beer, but your mouth would just be like it's like eating 5 packets of like sour sweets. You're just not gonna want to do it. So it's helpful that I like those things because obviously I can't get pissed on them.
Yeah.
If I could.
But like if I was to go out, I'd still be the one on the dance floor first.
Yeah.
And I'd be doing the worm.
Can you actually do the worm?
Yeah.
Was that joke? Sick.
I'd do it now for you, but I might like break some microphones.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're not set up for. I didn't know you. I didn't expect people to be breakdancing. To be fair, so yeah, I was like that. Like I couldn't for a time. I couldn't do things without having a drink. Like the classics, like talking to girls or talking to anybody. To be fair, or
you definitely get that confidence when you have a drink.
Yeah,
100%.
but now I'm just like. I mean, still a little bit, but now I'm just like, yeah, I'm older now. I don't really need that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I wouldn't change what I've gone through because I've obviously learnt lessons. But like,
totally.
because I do stand-up comedy, I haven't obviously done it for a gig. It's been fucking 6 months. And I can't wait to do it again. But like, I can't imagine doing that if I had to drink to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know some people do. I imagine some artists do as well. But I wouldn't be in it. Oh, and I probably wouldn't enjoy it as more. Even though people say, "Oh, you're boring," like you say, if you're boring if you don't drink. It's a cool way to look at it. I didn't know you were teetotal. That's really cool. How long's it been?
Oh gosh, maybe 6 years.
How old are you now? If you don't mind me asking.
25.
25. Ah, sick. Fair play. It was like, obviously I know you didn't drink a lot anyway, but was there a period where it was really hard to do?
No, it was really easy. I did have a drink on my wedding day.
Yeah.
And that was 3 years ago. But it was like a little bit in the morning.
Yeah.
It was like just a toast or whatever. But yeah, I just was never bothered by it.
Yeah.
And my wife's the same, and that kind of encouraged me to do it a bit more as well, because I was like, well, yeah, like I'm not the only one that feels just like that. So yeah, I just feel like I don't need it.
Yeah,
I'd much rather have a hot chocolate.
Yeah, I was talking. I'd rather have
or
a cup,
J2O.
cup of green. It's green tea for me. Green
Green
tea hits me on a level of satisfaction and tastes that only like a sour beer can. But obviously, I'm not gonna be drinking.
I
sour
do like
beers.
I like a green tea when I'm on a mountain.
Why is that so? Why so like? I don't want to say specific because I say it wrong, but like why a mountain?
That's literally when I have green teas, when I'm on a mountain.
You know you can drink it in other places, right?
I know, but it just feels really earthy when you're on a mountain.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah.
It's going back to the B&B in Gloucestershire thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
No, I did climb Ben Nevis a couple of years ago.
Oh, cool.
And I had green tea on top of Ben Nevis.
Plan,
You know,
like, did you plan, or did you? Again, I think I'm going too into this. Like, did you plan to have green tea on top?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I drank.
I FaceTimed my nan on top of Ben Nevis.
You had like connection. Like, you had like phone connection.
Yeah. I literally FaceTimed my family.
Is there like
on top of Ben
a
Nevis.
phone? Like how? Because it's like I'm not saying. I mean, obviously, is it the biggest mountain in Britain?
England, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, I'm supposed to be quite knowledgeable, and I was very doubting myself there. Like how? Because how is there phone connection that high up?
There was, yeah.
Ah.
I don't know why, but there was.
Oh, fair play.
But yeah, it was actually really snowy as well, because when we went, like we was told that the day before was meant to be like clear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you're not supposed to like climb mountains in certain weather conditions, are you?
Yeah, and then actually people said that it wasn't clear, and then we went up the next day, because that was the last day we were there, and we were like, well, we've got to do it today, otherwise we're never doing it. And when we went up there, it was like so clear, you could literally see for miles and miles and miles, and it was like snow, so we had to slide down on our bums.
Oh, sweet.
Like, because yeah, it was just like, it was that steep at one point, and it was so snowy, like we didn't have any like gaiters or whatever,
Yeah.
the spikes on your feet, so we had to slide down on our bums. Yeah, it was pretty decent, but yeah.
Oh, cool.
I feel like with green tea as well, like it's easy to put in like a thermal flask,
As opposed to what?
like milky tea.
I suppose so, yeah, because, yeah, that's a good point, actually, because obviously the longer you leave milk in tea, the more it's going to get a bit,
Yeah.
It's going to get weird.
So like green tea just, I think, stays nicer.
It does. Yeah, because you're supposed to brew it for, like, 5 minutes, aren't you? I'm very, like, religious with how I brew my tea as well. Like, the kettle has to be just clicked off.
It just feels really refreshing,
It
especially
does,
on a
doesn't it?
walk.
Oh, man. Like, I have one, I don't drink, I try not to drink, obviously there's caffeine in green tea, but there's not as much as in actual English breakfast tea. I don't really drink caffeine after like 7. So if I start work,
Oh, I do, I'm obsessed.
I can't drink coffee, which is due to health reasons, but I never liked it anyway. So I wasn't too bothered about letting it go, because I've just never liked, I don't mind a tiramisu. It's got caffeine, isn't it? Please don't, because I'm really second guessing myself on everything that I think I know. I think there's coffee in tiramisu. If there's not don't judge
clue.
me. Yeah, like I enjoy coffee flavoured
What about
things.
hot chocolate? You can't go wrong with a hot chocolate.
I like a hot chocolate.
Is
But
it
it's not
only-
coffee.
Is it like a Christmas thing for you?
Nah, like I don't know. There's never hot chocolate in my house, to be fair. But it's like, you know, when you get the toasting machine out, like you use it for like straight solid for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm like that with hot chocolate. If there's hot chocolate in the house, I'll have one every day, but then not use it again for like 2 years. It's the same
Yeah.
with like the toasting machine. Like I'll use the toasting machine every day for like 3 weeks and then never use it for a week.
Yeah.
But no, hot chocolate's good. But it's hard to get. I feel like I don't know my favourite type of hot chocolate, if you know, like favourite brand.
Ooh.
Do you know what I mean?
It's either Dairy Milk or Galaxy. You
Yeah.
can't go. I tried to get like a Freddo one the other day, and it was minging.
Yeah,
But no, it's Galaxy at the minute for me.
yeah. Because like I have my favourite tea brand, which is Yorkshire tea. Because I do believe it's the best tea.
Really?
Yeah, I love Yorkshire tea.
I can't tell the difference.
Oh, can you not?
No.
You're not drinking tea properly? I'm sorry, but
I probably
Yorkshire
put too
tea.
many sugars in. I put like 2.5 sugars
Oh, I
in.
do too. I used to have 3, but I've tried to cut down.
It's hard to cut down, isn't it? Especially when you have like a biscuit with it, because it makes it even sweeter, and then you need the cup of tea to be just as equally sweet.
Yeah, but I used to have like tofu, and
Do you donkey biscuits?
I have to dunk biscuit. You have to dunk biscuits. Don't, because like my go-to, if there's like silence
What
in
about
podcasts.
like a chocolate bar? Do you dunk a
No,
chocolate
no,
bar?
no, no. That's too messy.
Oh no, I dunk chocolate
No,
bars.
it's too messy because like if you got a flake. And
Oh, flakes are hard.
Yeah, they're like
dunk.
that's like a weak chocolate bar in fucking hell. It's like a weak chocolate bar in terms of like a crunchy.
I feel like flakes just aren't worth it.
No, 12's much better. Because if you bite into a 12, there's no mess. If you bite into a flake, it's just fucking everywhere. Like my go-to questions when there's a bit of silence in the podcast is like favourite biscuit and favourite chocolate bar.
Oh really?
Yeah. So what is your favourite biscuit?
Oh, cookies.
What
Like
do you
no.
That was like
Chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, okay, ginger nut for me.
Oh really?
Yeah, like
Oh.
it's a bit of flavour. Like, I don't mind chocolate.
Oh, someone made me gingerbread men once.
Oh.
I felt so bad because it was Ninja Bread Men. I used to have a song called Ninja Song,
Yeah.
and they made me Ninja Bread Men, and it was in the shape of ninjas.
Yeah.
Like kicking and stuff, and then I just I couldn't eat it, but I felt really bad because I'd gone to the effort
Yeah.
to make these
Oh,
Ninja Bread
no.
Men.
I love gingerbread men. I just like, I don't know, as I've got older, I'm not going to say my palate's more refined because that makes me sound like a snob, but I just don't like chocolate as much as I used to.
Oh, I'm definitely a crisp person. You know, I actually gave up crisps once for charity.
For how long? Like at the month?
Because I eat I eat about 10 bags of crisps a day, really bad. And then I gave up over the Christmas period for a month. I only raised like 300-400 quid, but
Yeah, it's
it
still
was
something, isn't it?
still something.
I'm not going to say you're addicted to crisps, but if you're giving up something that you're used to every day.
It was so hard.
Yeah.
But like people don't like class like mini cheddars as a crisp, but I did. Like I classed
They're like
everything.
baked, aren't they? I've just had some. Why?
Or like skips and stuff, you know, like
Yeah.
that. But I classed all of that as crisps.
I do like a crisp. Thinking about it now, I do like a mini cheddar. Do they still do
Mini
ham and cheese mini cheddars? Is that a thing?
I don't think so.
I'm showing my. I'm going to say how many are you older than you? I was about to say I'm showing my age. Ham and cheese mini cheddars was the one.
No, I don't think I've had them.
Yeah. Have you got a favourite gig? Well, no, not favourite gig, but is there a gig that you always think, I want this next gig to be as good as that one? Or is it always your last one, if you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's a tough question. I've had like fun gigs, like where, because I did BBC Music Day,
Yeah.
and
Is that when, was that at the, no.
it was
Carry
at
on.
the Grand Central.
Yeah, no, I was going to ask that.
Yeah.
I thought it was something else.
But me and Tom went there, and it was like we had to wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning to get there for 6. It was like really early, and then we were like messaging at like 2 o'clock in the morning, like we really don't want to go because it's like early. We're not used to getting up early, and we were joking about like just not going. Anyway, we went, obviously, but when we got there, they were like, oh, once you've done your song, you need to leave the stage, have your interview, and then you need to go and grab your equipment for the special guest. I was like, okay, yeah, no problem. What's the special guest? Who is it? And she was like, I can't tell you. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking,
Like, I know
be
who
like,
it is, and I was going to, my follow-up question was like, what was it like meeting this person? But carry on.
Yeah, but I thought it was going to be someone like Nick Owen or something
Yeah.
off the BBC. And anyway, it ended up being Craig David. And I don't think anyone will understand how much of a massive fan I am of him. So when she said those words,
Yeah.
I nearly died inside. And I was like, what? And then I realised he was right behind me.
Oh, wow.
So, yep. Yeah, so he was like basically like right behind us, getting ready. I think he was having interviews or something. But yeah, that was mad. But I think that was my most favourite gig, just because I love Craig David so much.
Look, I'm not the biggest Craig David fan, but if I met him, I would still be like, Jesus Christ, that's Craig David. Because obviously when we were growing up, it was like UK garage in like late 90s, early 2000s. Like Craig David was a big. I mean, he still is. He can still sell out a place if he wants to. But like, it's Craig David, isn't it?
It's Craig David.
Oh no, yeah.
But no, that gig was particularly good just because, like singing your own stuff in the Grand Central is pretty nice, and it like echoed round.
Yeah,
really
I was
well.
gonna say it seems like such a nice place. Obviously, I don't think it was designed for acoustics like say the Symphony Hall was. But it seems like such a cool place to have, like you say, just the music echo around.
Yeah, it was really fun. And then like the audience there were like really enjoying it and like singing along even though they didn't know the song, which was really nice. That's why that was kind of one of my favourites. And then just Craig David topped it off really.
Did you get to speak to him?
Yeah.
I know. I know you got a photo of him.
Yeah. Honestly, they posted a video of it after, like, the following day, and you can literally just see my face. I'm beaming. I look like such a bean. Honestly, it's so funny. I was just like, really excited.
No, I like when they do music stuff in there because I walked past when they had the orchestra in, and I was just like, oh, this is actually really cool because I just like I waited like 20 minutes.
And there's like the balcony around the top that everyone was looking down watching. It was really fun. Yeah,
it's like it looks like one of those like viral videos, you know, like the old flash mobs.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do flash mobs, but like, and yeah, you like, you see people in train stations on the balconies. It looks really cool. It's like, oh, this is actually really quite sweet.
Yeah.
Have you met anybody else famous?
Yeah, so I supported the Jacksons.
As in the Jacksons.
The Jacksons.
As in
Michael Jackson's brother.
Yeah. So you met like Jermaine.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Jermaine, Tito, Jackie. Yeah.
Where?
It was at the Isle of Man.
Festival?
No,
just in the Isle of Man?
At the Isle of Man, it was like, I can't remember what the place was called now. It was like their, like, venue for music.
Also, the Isle of Man don't have a festival. I was thinking the Isle of Wight festival.
No.
God's sake, I'm embarrassing myself with my knowledge today. That was cool. Like, how did you get that gig?
So it was my manager at the time. He saw me busking in Birmingham, and yeah, he was wanting to manage me and stuff, and then he was like, I've got this gig where you could support the Jacksons. I was like, sure.
It's the Jacksons, isn't it? Did you get to meet them?
Yeah, I had dinner with them, like,
Whoa.
talked to them. They signed my guitar.
Yo!
Yeah.
Because they seem like such nice people.
They were so nice.
Yeah.
I really liked Jackie the most. Yeah, I think it was Jackie that did like the box splits or something side stage. So before I was going on and we were doing like all the sound checks and stuff, he was like doing stretches and stuff, and then he like literally just went boom into the box splits. I was like, bloody hell, I was not expecting that. Jermaine's really sweet, but he didn't talk much, and Tito was ill that week.
Oh, shame.
Yeah, he wasn't very well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt like that was actually meant to be one of my most favourite gigs. It was really good, but I had a stalker at the time.
Honestly, like, I don't know what it is about with people and stalkers, but like, I had a girl on. Do you know Hannah Davis, the violinist?
Yeah.
And she drove me home the other night, or the other day when I was picking up some merch, and she was like, "Oh, I need to come back on the podcast." I was like, "That's cool." And she mentioned a stalker, so I don't know why I keep talking to people with stalkers. Tell me about your stalker because I need to know now.
Oh yeah, so he was weird. So
it's always a guy as well, isn't it? It's always a guy.
Yeah, it was this old dude, and he was like, he took one of my business cards when I was doing one of my gigs, and then he just kept ringing me and like.
Oh God.
So, for instance, I did the Jackson's gig. I was only on for 30 minutes, and I had 80 missed calls from him. As I got off the stage, I looked at my phone.
Oh my Lord.
And I got 80 missed calls.
I know it's not, but I feel so weird being a bloke and being told stories about other blokes that do that. It's weird.
Honestly, it was really bad, and I didn't tell anyone for ages. And it was in the newspaper and everything.
Was it?
Yeah, because he came to my house. He tried to bash down my door. I know.
Oh my Lord.
And I got the police involved.
I'm so sorry I brought this up.
It's
oh my Lord.
No, and yeah, he got arrested and stuff. I actually don't know what happened to him now.
Oh God. Like, I know I'm just fascinated by stuff like that, but I just know bringing them up, it's always going to end like that, and it's so weird thinking that, ugh.
So that's why I feel like that should have been like one of my most favourite gigs ever, but...
Yeah, it was sort of like...
Tainted.
Yeah, tainted. Tainted's the good word, actually. I was looking for that. But have you got any gigs coming up? Obviously with lockdown. I know you said you had a few cancelled.
I wish I had gigs coming up. No. Unfortunately, I don't.
No.
It's because of the curfew as well. The 10 p.m. curfew has all been
I didn't think about that for musicians. Obviously, I thought with bars, but it's so weird calling in last orders at like 9:20. It's good because I get to have public transport home.
Yeah.
I mean, I get bus home anyway, but it's just weird. Like, expecting people to be out on, like, at home, like, leave the pub at like 10. It's like, ugh. Like, it's weird finishing at 10 because I'm used to going till like 3 o'clock in the morning. Cause our curfews, our licence runs out at 2, like a Friday and Saturday. It's just weird being closing down and
Yeah.
It still feels exactly the same. Well, it does and it doesn't. Like, we stayed for a drink after work the other night, and one of the guys I was working with was like, it still feels like 3 o'clock in the morning, even though it's 11. I was like, no, that's what work does to you. But yeah, if you want to shout out any socials or tell any people where to find you on YouTube and stuff.
So yeah, I do. Had to get that in there.
Childish jokes.
So yeah, it's on YouTube. It's all Esther Turner. Instagram and Twitter, esthertmusic.
Can you do me a favour? Can you spell your first name, please? Because I don't. Yeah. In fact, is that how everybody spells Esther, or is it just the way you spell Esther?
It's a biblical name.
Yes, because now I can't think how, not normal people, but how the standard.
I get it all sorts. I get people saying Easter or Etta.
Yeah.
Well, I get all sorts, but so no, it's spelled Esther.
Yeah.
And then Turner is Turner.
Yeah, like I knew that, and I know that from knowing you on social media and stuff. But I was still like very confused. Like how?
I get it. Yeah, I get people say, "Is your name Ether?"
Ether.
No. But yeah, it's Esther Turner.
Esther Turner. Don't, because next time I see you, I will call you Esther. It's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah. So I'm on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Oh God, no.
I'm on TikTok.
How are you doing on the TikTok?
Oh, I was a bit obsessed with it at one point.
On the TikTok, sorry. So old.
Yeah, I was a bit obsessed. Not as much anymore.
Good.
But no, it's
That's just the camera beeping. It's right. You just need switching over.
Yeah, so I'm on all those socials. I'm mainly active on Instagram.
Yeah.
And Facebook. And then I post any videos on YouTube. Like, there's like music videos on there as well. If people want to check out how I did the swaying video.
But yeah, guys, go and check her out. I love watching her videos.
And
They're
Spotify
cool.
and all sorts.
Oh yeah, Spotify. I can't believe we forgot about Spotify. I'll be on Spotify soon as well. Because I'm only on YouTube at the minute. I just need to sort out my domain to get stuff on Spotify. I'll get there eventually. But I'm very productive, but I'm also very lazy. So yeah, I wouldn't be able to do anything unless I would have a deadline. So yeah, go and check her out, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode and leave any feedback you want in the comment section. Cheers for coming, Esther.
Thanks.